Our last team meeting of the year will be Monday, the 27th, but both meetings will probably be fairly short. Congratulations to Uzma for getting a buyer into contract.
Yeah, girl.
Yes, congratulations. So
Thank
super
you.
excited.
And I'm so excited to have two amazing agents on both sides of that deal. Woo-hoo!
Yes, it'll make life hopefully much easier. Sounds like Uzma's got a very reasonable buyer and I have very reasonable sellers. So I think it'll be a great transaction for all. And so as far as coming listings this week, I don't have anything hitting the market this week or next week. I had a couple I was working on and we ran into a couple snags. So just working through those for now. And then, oh, were you going to say, I thought I heard Melanie. And then as far as like open houses, I know that I saw some agents out there doing some Facebook Lives over the weekend. They had on like their Christmas gear and they were kind of, just taking advantage of like this holiday spirit. So I don't think anybody will be hosting any open houses these next two coming weekends because literally they're holiday weekends. So hope everybody enjoys their time with their family and friends and just, soaks in the time off and the rest. And I know I'm looking forward to it as well. Excuse me. Anybody have any nuggets to share with anybody? Any successes or wins that they want to share? Besides Uzma? No. Uzma can share. She's allowed. I think I saw in the morning text, Melanie had a great conversation with a prospective seller.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a win yet. And I was like, I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, we were talking and it's somebody that wants to sell, but I don't think she's as realistic about what it could sell for.
Gotcha.
So I'm actually having Megan prepare some settlement statements based on various different pricing for her. And then I went through a bunch of comps with her and showed her what they sold for and stuff. It'd be the first time she's selling ever. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so we're working on it.
Okay, and she's in your Brivity CRM?
Yes.
And you have her set up on like a little quarterly snapshot?
I'm going to do that, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do that for her. And then, yeah.
And did you ask her how often she would like to receive that, or does she know she's going to be receiving that?
No, I actually just didn't think about that until you just brought it up. So I'm going to, I'll talk to her this morning after I get whatever Megan's going to send to me.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell her I'll set it up on her because
it
seemed like she wanted to go on the market right away. But, after I kind of presented everything, all the comparables and stuff to her, I think she might be like, maybe I'll wait till spring. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
She's thinking it over.
Well, you can share with her that we got 9 offers on Cicada. So it's definitely still a really great time to sell.
That's what I told her.
Yeah, there's a misconception that the holidays is not a good time to put your home on the market. And at this time, buyers are going to get your keys in January. So they're ready to rock and roll. And I've put buyers into contract on Christmas Eve before. So yeah. And who was working up the net sheets for you?
Megan. Well, I asked Megan. I don't know if she does it, but
okay. And are you all set up with your net sheets on Chicago Title?
On their app to make them yourself on the app?
Oh, I just wanted her to do it. It just seems like it'd be so much easier.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Thorough.
It is. Let me do a quick screen share, Melanie. Okay.
And I know HomeSnap has them in there too.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of Chicago Titles, and let me show you why. So Chicago Title allows you to not only have the app on your phone, but also a desktop version, which is the version that I use when I'm going to populate a net sheet.
Okay.
And let me look and see if I've got, let me think here. Trying to think of a seller. Okay, so here's a seller that I just populated a net sheet for because it was going to be a skinny deal because they've got some bills to pay off. Okay, so this was super helpful prior to listing the property to help make sure that we priced it to give them enough room, because with at list price they're only going to walk away with respectively $16,000. But what I like about this net sheet is it's branded to you, right? So I utilize this very often, and also for buyers too. But okay, so go back to right here. Okay, let me log in.
Now, will I have to have them set me up on this, or I can just go and register?
I would have them help you. You should be able to register, but I would just have them help you.
I think for the initial starting of it, they give you like a login. They create it for you to start it, because they have to verify you're an agent, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's kind of a process that we have here, Melanie, and so there's a template email. Amy should have a copy of it for you. So as a listing agent, when I send a net sheet to a seller, right? So I'm going to send them their initial net sheet, and then I'm going to send them another one when they get their offer accepted. It's part of your seller's checklist on our Google Docs for our team. And so when they accept an offer, then you are going to send them a new net sheet saying, you know, here's what you can expect to receive. I like to, you know, highlight estimating, right? And once title orders your loan payoffs, we'll have the title company forward you an updated net sheet again, right? So kind of 3 steps to the seller updating process is when you initially take the listing, right? And then once they accept an offer, because the terms of the offer may change that net sheet a little bit, right? Maybe they didn't pay for a home warranty, or maybe the buyer is going to split the title fees with them, and that's going to put a little bit of money in their pocket. Okay. So it's super helpful to do the net sheet when you're taking the listing, and then again when they accept an offer. It helps set the expectations so that when you're moving towards close of escrow, they already kind of have an idea. And I put the net sheets in my file, because when I get the net proceeds from title, there have been times where I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, this is off by thousands of dollars. What happened, right? And we've been able to catch an issue. Maybe the seller reported their loan balance much lower to you than it actually was, or maybe they had some, penalties or something to pay off. So just having that net sheet on file is super helpful just for you as the listing agent. And then again, just kind of setting your seller expectations. So right here is where you calculate a net sheet. So you would just so let's just use this particular seller you're working with as an example. What was the sales price that you quoted her?
Well, I was gonna give her a couple of different ones, and she was hopeful like around 455.
Okay, so we'll just say, okay, if you can get, top of the market for the, the sale of your property, right? And then I always go in with the 6%. You can always negotiate down, right? And also just another little tip, I try to avoid these conversations till I feel like I've secured the listing and they've chosen a marketing package, because I don't want to have this conversation too early in the relationship and have it become about, dollars and cents when I haven't communicated I don't feel that I've effectively communicated my value yet. So the net sheet is very much last in the process. Like I don't even show up to a listing presentation with a net sheet, because I just want to secure the listing and communicate my value. But if you're at this point where you're doing a net sheet, let's just assume you're getting a 6% listing. And then loan balance, does she know how much she owes approximately? 135. Mm-hmm. And then closing date is 30 days from today, right? I typically just go into the month. I just usually just grab the end of the month for the next month, and you're going to hit compute. Oh, let me do something. let me go back. Okay, so let me do this. So let me go back. Okay, I can, okay. Right here's options. And right here is closing costs.
Mhm.
And here's where you can make edits. So currently it has the owner's title policy being paid by the seller. And you can tell the system that you want it to be that way all the time. So like if I made an edit and I decided to tell the system, let's say I lived in San Joaquin County and most of my listings are going to go from there, and they always split the owner's title. That's customary in San Joaquin County, right? I can tell the system that I want it to be this way all the time. So for all future estimates, I want it to always calculate. So I've obviously got mine, set for Stanislaus County that, the seller pretty much always pays owner's title, right? And then right in here, other fees, I will normally add in, why is it? Home warranty, hold on, why is it being cranky? Let me try it again. Maybe I edit, maybe I do it somewhere else. Let me try this. I thought it, miscellaneous, maybe I put it in our miscellaneous. Okay, maybe I put it here. So I add to the closing cost home warranty. Because normally sellers don't have to pay for the home warranty, but if there's only one offer on the table, you can expect that that buyer's agent's going to be asking for a home warranty. So I like to add that in. And then also, what if you're working with a seller, there's going to be some HOA fees, right? And I'm going to want to add in HOA transfer fees. I normally just ballpark it at $500. Again, I let them know that when the title company runs everything, it's going to be more. This is an estimate, right? Just to kind of give us an idea of which, where you're going to be landing. And then you click, let me go over here. Okay, share or print. And this is going to populate the form. And then over here to the right, you can choose any layout you want. Like, so whatever is like graphically pleasing to you. I chose this one because it's like our team colors. This one right here. I feel like it's like our team colors with the colors on it and stuff. So I liked it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not using that one right now. Let me change it. There we go. Okay. I like choosing this one because it's like our team colors. Okay. I just feel like it's aesthetically in alignment with our team. Okay. And then I typically will download it. I'll do a PDF. Gonna open it up. And then I always like to say I'm gonna save it right here. I like to put in the price. So $455, right? I'll do $455 seller net sheet because sometimes I'll populate a few for my clients. Here's the $455 one. Here's the $435 one. Here's the I like to do them in increments of 10,000, just so they kind of have an idea of how that will change for them. Okay.
Okay.
And then I don't like to email it directly from the system. Again, I like to save the PDF and then I like to be in control of the information. I want to email it from my nice, email template and with an explanation, right? And maybe there's some things that we talked about in our conversation that I want to address in the email. So I always just save it as a PDF and then, I'll email it on my own. So you can go back and, you can make any changes you want to this net sheet at any time. And again, it comes over branded from you, Melanie, because you go up here to your profile. And this is where you can put in your picture, our team logo, and this is all your information. You're going to put it all in there. And so then it's going to populate as a net sheet from Melanie Dreyer from the Fritz and Associates team. So it's just going to be really good for you to start getting in the habit of doing this. And you can still order one from the title company, Melanie, and see if your numbers are kind of congruent, right? If you're nervous about giving the seller wrong information, just do like a a balance and checks basically, just kind of see if, you know, the information is similar. Most likely the title companies, if they don't have a loan balance from you, they can't have as, you know, exact numbers as you can give to your seller. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would highly recommend that every agent on the team be using, this is the only one that I found that's super user friendly and really allows you to brand it to yourself, so that you just, you know, look really professional. So see how it went back to like a different layout. So I just always have to choose the one that I like. But anyway, any questions on this, Melanie?
No, it's kind of
No?
cool. I don't know. Do I contact Megan, have her set me up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you have the desktop version, I'm sorry, you have the app on your phone, which is awesome when you're like right in front of a client at a showing, they've got questions, or you're at an open house. But even at open house, you can hop on your desktop right here, right? And then you can, you know, send it to them. Might be a great opportunity to collect their email at the open house, or at the open house, you can text it to them. And that's a great opportunity to collect their phone number, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. I use it a bunch. I was trying to see, I thought I had one for another seller. Okay, so here's one. See, I created 2 here for the seller.
Mm-hmm.
For an idea. I was working up, oh, here's another one over here. I was working up some numbers because I was looking at potentially representing the buyer, seeing if I could make the deal come together for them. And so I wanted her to see the numbers. A lot of times it's a really great tool to use when you're trying to help your seller maybe accept an offer that maybe isn't what they thought they were going to get. But if you rework the net sheet for them, you know, maybe the offer's $10,000 less than they wanted, but broker's fees drop down too with a lower price, right? So if you can help them see, you know, hey, it didn't really change your net that much, you know, sometimes that help wrap their head around an offer. I mean, obviously that hasn't been the case all year long, but it happens, right? So,
Yeah.
well, good. I'm glad we talked about this so that everybody can make sure that they've got the desktop version. Uzma, do you have the desktop version on your computer from Chicago Title?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Have you found it to be super helpful?
Yes,
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's really good. I know that you were a fan of Cypress Titles.
Yes.
Do you use theirs?
No, I've been kind of using more of Chicago now. I know they've done some updates to their program, and I just haven't connected with their rep to learn about the updates and the features. So I feel a little lost.
Yeah.
You know, so like I've been, ever since you recommended Chicago, I've been learning more on there.
Gotcha.
But I did enjoy using Cypress Title as well.
Okay. If anybody comes across a title company's app or platform for originating seller net sheets and buyer net sheets, let us know if you find one that you think super user friendly and has the ability to brand yourself to the materials, because I think that's very important as well. And I love being able to also populate the buyer's materials if they're paying cash. If a buyer's getting a loan, I just tell them, I redirect them back to their lender. But if a buyer's paying cash, sometimes they're like, well, how much is it going to cost me, you know, if I pay cash? And sometimes they're unaware that they still have title and escrow fees and some, you know, notary fees and stuff like that. So they're still going to be looking at about $1,500 in closing costs, even if they're paying cash. Those buyer net sheets could be helpful in that scenario. Otherwise, just redirect them back to their lender.
I just wanted to add one of the things that Joyce had mentioned as a reminder to our agents, that the verbiage that you use when you're teaching your sellers and kind of educating them about the process, like that idea of here is some estimated selling costs, like using that word frequently, reminding them that this is not, that exact map is not set in stone, that it's a variable depending on the day that we close, depending on what happens as far as negotiated items with the buyer, so that they're not thinking that the number you're providing them, this is what I'm taking home, this is what Joyce told me I would earn, I would have. So if it's not the same, I'm frustrated with her. That reminding that estimated, you know, throughout the process, and that it is a variable that will change depending on many factors. But also that Joyce had reminded the idea of when you talk to your sellers saying, this is our starting list price, that you're reminding them that this is not in stone either, that we will adjust this list price depending on what the market tells us, depending on what we're happening with them. So as you are working with sellers and with buyers, just that reminder that you're training them with the verbiage and the words that you're choosing to use with them. You're helping them understand that process and helping to create expectations that will help you all down the road. So there isn't frustration and there isn't that sense of them being upset that things aren't working the way that they had anticipated. So making sure that you're training them with the words that you're using all throughout the process.
Absolutely. It was a game changer. I've had game changer words in my business, and it was a game changer to start using the verbiage, what would you like your starting list price to be? It's changed my challenges as a listing agent and having those difficult conversations with sellers. So that's a key word to use with your sellers. Also, you never use the word price reduction with your sellers. It's always, we may need to adjust the price, right?
Or price improvement.
Price improvement. Yes, that's a word that you can use when you're marketing the property. You can put it in the MLS, right? We just improved the price, right? So yeah, you definitely want to use correct verbiage with your sellers when it comes time to have the conversation of adjusting the price or improving the price. Those are positive words, right? And then Amy and I also were talking the other day about the importance of using a keyword in talking with your clients about close of escrow. It's a target close of escrow date, right? We're targeting that date. If you don't use that verbiage and repeat it to your seller clients and even your buyer clients,
yes,
they're going to be very upset when they don't close on the exact date that they thought, because you didn't properly prepare them to understand that that close of escrow is not a defining date. And so by using the word target close of escrow is super helpful.
And I guess that's a reminder for those agents who haven't had a lot of close of escrows that your close of escrow date, I'd say the majority of the time you're not closing on that exact day, that there's so many variables that are coming into play. You guys who have done lots of escrows know that, but between the lender, between title, between, you know, seller, buyer, all those things and negotiations, that it's a rarity for us to always close on the exact date that is 30 days out or whatever is agreed contractually. So targeting that date is important for everybody to understand.
100%. And, you know, again, don't hesitate to put those keywords at your desk so that you can look at them. Like I have a few keywords on my desk still. You know, I have seller represents, agent has not verified, and buyer to investigate. I still have those 3 phrases sitting on my desk, typed up right there staring at me, so that it helps me to remember to put those types of wordings in my listings or in my AVID. Even in my conversations with my clients via text or email, you know, the listing agent is representing, right? So it's just super helpful to take those keywords and put them somewhere where you can see them so that you can easily reference them as you're working throughout your day. And then they'll start to become part of your dialogue naturally as you use them over and over. But if you try to commit it to memory, you won't remember. You will not remember. So any questions, Christina? I know a lot of this is you know, information that you kind of haven't been a part of yet, but do you have any questions?
Not yet. Just taking down all this information. Hopefully I'll remember trying to write it down.
Yeah. Well, Amy recorded the meeting, so she'll send that out to everybody.
And if you'll send me a picture, Joyce, of those little keywords that you mentioned, I'll put them in the email with the link to the recording.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what.
I would say you can just take a picture with your phone and text me the picture. That might be easier.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope everybody has a fabulous day, has a fabulous week. No coach call this Friday.
Because it's Christmas Eve.
No coach call next Friday because it's New Year's Eve.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
About brevity. is there any way of making, like, when I go in, I want to send an email or I want to send a text through Brevity, I kind of did like some self tests and sent it to myself. Is there any way of making it more personalized? Like when they get it, like, you know, having my picture in there or anything like that? How does that work?
You can add images now, it's my understanding.
Oh, okay.
I still can't get access. I changed my password and everything, Amy.
On Marketer?
Yeah.
Okay, I will find out. Let me hook you up with IT and see if they can do like a Zoom walkthrough with you to see why you're not able to log on.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of probably checking out like the settings and just,
Well,
I mean,
I guess, are you wanting to be able to like send your digital business card, or what specifically is it that you're not seeing how to do?
I don't know.
Like-
I guess like when I sent the email to myself, it was just so generic. Like,
Have you
it
set
was,
up your email settings like you on your personal emails, like you have your email signature block at the bottom there? Did you set that up in Brevity too on your emails outgoing?
I looked into it and I maybe I just wasn't looking thoroughly enough, but I
Okay,
thought, well, maybe it's just not even possible. But
no, you can. You can
setting.
You
Okay.
can set all that up. Let me, if you haven't done that yet and you're not seeing how to, let's schedule a time this afternoon to walk through it on Zoom so you can see how to do it.
Okay.
And I'll record that and I'll send it out to all the other agents in case you haven't set up your own email settings in Brevity to include your, your email signature block, your contact information that you have in your, when you send out a personal email. All of that is available.
Thank you. That was my next question.
Okay. Yes, I'll run through it. Is there a time that works for you, Melanie and Christina, to do that?
Anytime. I'm at my desk all day, so whenever.
Okay, sounds good. How about we plan for 10:30? Does that work?
10:30.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
In an hour? Okay. All right. Well, I will reach you guys both with a Zoom link. Okay. See you, everybody.
So can you send me a recording of that? Because I have to go back to work tonight, so I'm going to be asleep.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.